Well, I have been looking so forward to being back. I'm Brent, and I've seen a bunch of you over the years, and it's just so good to be with you here this morning. God bless you all on this beautiful October morning. I'm from Florida, and so this is a treat for me to get up here and get a little cooler weather and see some color, and what a joy. Well, those of you who I haven't met before, I'm just going to share a little bit of music here today, and then here in a few minutes, I'm going to introduce you to my buddy once again. I have a friend named Sam, who is here in the building. Some of you kids are like, "Where's the dude?" Aren't you? I know you are. Yeah. So we'll have here in a few minutes, we'll have the kids come up a little closer, and so you can see Sam and make sure that everybody can get a good eyeball on him. But I want to open up with a little bit of a sound check song. How about that? All right, just make sure we're okay volume-wise. Years ago, I was down at a church way down in South Texas, and it was like a Tuesday night concert, and there was probably 10 people there. and I told the folks, I said, "Y'all, if it gets too loud, volume-wise, you just look mean at me and stick your fingers in your ears," and they did. So we'll try to be a little more tactful, but... So this is a simple song that talks about God's love for us and how it's just, even though I don't understand it, it's just wonderful to be in it. It says this. No poem has ever been written, no melody ever been sung. The greatest of authors could never describe in a lifetime God's wonderful love. No picture has ever been painted, even though mortal hands would apply. How can we explain what we can't comprehend? The wonderful love of God. We live in a world that is hurting, broken by what sin has done. But all who are hungry can be satisfied by the work of God's wonderful love. For it reaches beyond every limit. My life is in His every thought. It's a mystery to me, but I'm thankful to be in the wonderful love of God. An innocent lamb on the altar, He paid for my sin with His blood. Oh, I'm forever in debt to this great sacrifice by the power of God's wonderful love. Oh, but death couldn't keep the advantage, even death on an old wooden cross. For He rose from the grave with the power to save. By the wonderful love, by the love of God. Amen. Aren't you grateful for that? That last little bit of the songs, He rose from the grave with the power to save. A few Easters ago, I was in the state of Illinois, and I was driving to one of those early sunrise services, and I was thinking about the fact that I was raised in the church and raised in a wonderful Christian home. I gave my life to Christ when I was 11 years old, and I'm thankful for that. But I, and many of us here, we have a point of reference when it comes to the resurrection of Jesus Christ. We've heard that account many times, often year after year, and so we sort of know how it goes. And I was thinking that morning as I was driving, what must it have really been like if we were really to take a step or two back? What must it have been like for Jesus' followers that day as they came to attend to the body of Christ, and then they found the stone was rolled away and his body was not there? We've heard that story, but what must they have truly felt? Jesus had tried to signal them that something different was going to happen, but they didn't put everything together. And then to recognize that Jesus Christ was alive. That roller coaster of emotions. Can you imagine that? And so there have been so many wonderful songs written about the resurrection of Jesus Christ. So many great. If that truly took place, and I believe it did, that changes everything. And ultimately, that's one of the main reasons why we're here this morning. The resurrection of Jesus Christ. And so this is a little song. Lots of great songs written about Easter, about the resurrection, about Holy Week. But a few years ago, I said, I want to try to write my own, as a wannabe songwriter, I'd love to try to maybe capture a little bit of that sense of wonder when those followers of Jesus finally realized that love himself, Jesus Christ, was and still is alive again. This song is a little bit different. If you don't care for the song, just keep in mind it's about 3 minutes long, and this too shall pass. But I hope you like it. Love is alive. Jesus Christ is alive this morning. And all the things he said. If he was all he claimed to be, then why should he be dead? But early on that Sunday morning, in the light of dawn, they found the tomb was open and his body was gone. The story so extreme. They heard the master's final breath, or was it all just a dream? But suddenly before their eyes, two reels would be ignored. They saw the stars, they heard the voice, the risen Lord.
Christ, he's the champion. Love
risen indeed. I think about that. Think about the reality of what the implications of that in my life personally, and just the recognition that I'm not the same because of what Christ did, and the power of the resurrection. Oh, that I might know Him in the power of His resurrection. This morning, I don't even feel worthy. Just I've been on the road a bunch of years, sharing a lot of different places, but so many times I know the change that Christ has made in my life. But I also remember, I remember where I was. And I said, man, it's only by the grace of God that I feel like I have any reason to be up here. But I'm so thankful for what God's done in my life. I am so happy to see several kids here today. And before, I'm going to share a little bit more music with you before I introduce you to Sam. I don't want to embarrass y'all, any of you here, but do any of you kids, or big kids, I guess, any of you kids like to sing? Any of you guys like to sing a little bit? All right, would some of y'all, in big kids, I would love for you to kick in some support, but would some of y'all be willing to help me sing a little tune? You think you could? Again, it's super easy. You can sit right there. I'm not going to make you move. I'm not going to make you do anything other than just help me out vocally, if you would, all right? In the New Testament of the Bible, the Apostle Paul says, he said, everything that we do in life, it doesn't matter what it is, we got to do our best at it, right? We've got to do it all for the glory of God. And growing up, I was a little bit of a perfectionist. At the same time, I was a little bit of an awkward dude, and I always looked around at other people and said, well, I don't look like that, or I can't play the piano like that person, or I can't do this, and I can't do that, I haven't been there, and I don't. All of these lists of everything that I'm not, and I can't, I won't, and I haven't. And to recognize that it seemed like, I don't know if it was over one day or just sort of over time, I started to realize that, you know what? God's made me to be just who He's made me to be. And not only should I not complain about that, but I should be grateful. God has given each one of us, He's wired us uniquely. We just say it like that. And it's just been sort of fun to discover how God's created us to be. And so this is a song that simply says we've got to be all that we can be for the glory of God, of course. And so what I'm going to do is I'm going to sing a word. And big kids, you kick in some support. Please don't leave me high and dry here, okay? Please. Okay, I'm going to sing a word and nod my head, look at y'all or something, and you just sing or shout that word right back at me. Can you do that? You think you could? Okay, all right. I got some help down here in the front row. All right. So let's practice it. Super easy. Let's give it a whirl. We'll rehearse it. Okay. Okay. Listen. Ready? Okay. Be. That's pretty good. That's pretty good. We can turn up the volume a little bit. Everything you can be, do. What you know to be right, go. Yeah. Beyond what's easy, live a life that's out of sight. Climb the highest mountain, sail the widest sea. Hold on tight, you won't regret it. Be all you can be. Now sing that last line, okay? Be all you can be. One more time, real loud. Be all you can be. There we go. We're cranking up the volume a little. Let's start back at the top and just crank it up a little more. Here we go. Ready? Everything you can be, do what you know to be right, go beyond what's easy, live a life that's out of sight, climb the highest mountain, sail the widest sea, hold on tight, you won't regret it, be all you can be. Help me out now. Be all you can, one more time, be all you can be all you can be. Alright, that's pretty good. Now there's a first verse and these words are good, so you just listen. Some people dance to a pointless beat. Some people trudge on lazy feet. Some people spin like they just can't stop to think about what they should do before they finally drop. So whether you are standing still or running like the wind, consider everything you know and all the time you spend. Let me recommend, here we go, that you be everything you can be, do you know to be right. Go beyond what's easy, live a life that's out of sight. Climb, that's in the highest mountain, sail the widest sea. Hold on tight, you won't regret it. Be all you can be. Help me out now. Be all you can. One more time, be all you can be. Be all you can be. All right, pretty good, pretty good. Now there's a second verse, and this time I'm going to slow it down a little bit. And for the first 5 or 6 lines, I'll just sing a line, and you can just repeat it or just echo it after me. Okay, so it's super, super easy. Ready? Okay, it goes like this. You really ready? Okay. So here and now, so here and now, don't ask myself, will I waste my life, will I waste my life, sitting on a shelf, will I spend my days, will I spend my days, just chasing schemes, I got it from here, will I work to take a home, of more important dreams, so one more time I say to you, my smart and thoughtful friend, consider everything you know and all the time you spend. Let me recommend you know that you be everything you can be. Do what you know to be right. Go beyond what's easy, to live a life that's out of sight. Climb the highest mountain, sail the wildest sea. Hold on tight, you won't regret it. Be all you can be. Help me out again. Be all you can. Help me in this song real loud. Be all you can be. Yeah. And so sometimes, especially in the morning, it just seems like, I don't know, perhaps I share this that song occasionally with groups of mostly kids, and sometimes occasionally you'll have a group that just doesn't really seem to get the point of the song. It's like be, do, whatever. So thank you so much for helping me out. I'm kind of like anyway. So all right. Well, I want to share one more song with you before I introduce you to Sam. And I'm sure you kids are anxious to see him. He's anxious to see you. But before I do that, let me just tell you a little story. When I was here a couple years ago, I might have shared this song with you. But over the last 2 or 3 years, this is a tune that I've shared just about everywhere I've gone, and I love this song. Not only is it just a beautiful song, but it comes close to home. I mentioned that I gave my life to Christ when I was 11 years old. So thankful for that. Truly grateful. But I got to tell y'all, life is hard. And even for those of us who were raised in sort of maybe a little more sheltered environments, there's difficulty, and we face issues from within and without, and we could all say a hearty amen to that. Truly, if we're being honest. And I allowed when I got into for several years in my adult years, I went through a season of my life where I really wanted to be a Christian. I really wanted to follow Jesus, but at the same time, I was allowing temptation, the voice, I was listening to the voices of temptation, and really started to just head down some pathways that I just had no business being on. I probably shared a little bit about this with you when I was here before. There's a gospel song that I heard growing up. It says, "Sin will take you farther than you want to go." And that is so true, ladies and gentlemen. I ended up heading down some pathways that I had no business being on, and I ended up in some places that I had no intention of ever arriving. And even now this morning, I have some regrets. I really do. But one of the reasons why I love this song so much, it's just a simple song, but I love it, is it talks about redemption. And I love the fact that redemption is not just a word. It's not just a theory, one of these things we get together and philosophize about, but it's a reality that I've experienced by the goodness and grace of God. And how God can take things in our lives, and when we just give them back to Him and say, Lord,
I'm sorry, or I just all to Jesus I surrender, whatever it is, Lord, lay it at His feet. How God can turn those things around, ladies and gentlemen. I really believe that and have experienced that. So this is a song that just simply says, praise to the God who heard my honest prayer, and praise to the God who brought me back. I hope this morning that this song will resonate with somebody here. Just that simple gratitude from the deepest part of us. Thank you, Lord, for your kindness and grace and mercy that's been extended. I know just why you came, to rescue and reclaim, to purchase what was rightly yours, to make a way at last, redeem my broken past, and be the promise that endures. That's what you did for me, and I'm so grateful. There's only one thing left to say. Hallelujah, oh hallelujah. I've been redeemed and I've been restored. Hallelujah, oh hallelujah. And I just gotta thank you, Lord. Oh, you saw my deepest need and met me there. And now there's nothing that I lack. Praise to the God who heard my honest prayer, and praise to the God who brought me back. Aren't you thankful this morning for God's faithfulness and kindness, mercy that's been extended? I know just why you came, to rescue and reclaim, to purchase what was rightly yours, to make a way at last, redeem my broken past, and be the promise that endures. That's what you did for me, and I'm so grateful. There's only one thing left to say. Hallelujah, oh hallelujah. I've been redeemed, I've been restored. Hallelujah, oh hallelujah. And I just gotta thank you, Lord. You saw my deepest need and met me there right there. And now there's nothing that I lack. Praise to the God who heard my honest prayer. Praise to the God who brought me back. And who's to say where I would be if you had not delivered me? Without your sacrifice, without my faith in Christ. Without my faith in Christ. Hallelujah, oh hallelujah. I've been redeemed, I've been restored. Hallelujah, oh hallelujah. And I just gotta thank you, Lord. You saw my deepest need and you met me there right there. And now there's nothing that I lack. Praise to the God who heard my honest prayer. Praise to the God who brought me back. Hallelujah, oh hallelujah. I've been redeemed and I've been restored. And I just gotta thank you, Lord.